speaking of crazy, Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid making some gutsy claims today when asked if Republicans are holding up an extension to jobless benefits to simply get a political lead. Senator Harry Reid had this to say.
They want, and it's a sad commentary, they're betting on failure. They think that the worse the economy is come November, the better they're going to do election-wise.
Let's bring in Mr. Reed's fellow Nevada senator to weigh in on that very, very provocative claim. Senator John Ensign joins us. Senator, are the Republicans blocking benefits just so that the economy can look worse come November?
No, the unemployment benefits Republicans support extending. We just don't want to do it by adding to the deficit. So what we've done is we've proposed every time there's been a bill to extend the unemployment benefits, we've said let's do it, but let's do it with some spending offsets. In other words, take money that's being spent, wasteful spending other places like on the unspent stimulus funds, and let's offset the unemployment benefits with that. So Republicans support extending these unemployment benefits, but we want to do it in a fiscally responsible way.
And we talked about that at the very intro of the show here, $787 billion. I went to recovery.gov. I took a look at that website. $787 billion they claim has been spent. Again, the 3 million jobs numbers, middle of the range. 262 grand a job, sir. Not exactly a wise spending of money, at least by my count.
Well, let me give you two examples. The first project that was spent for the stimulus funds in my state of Nevada was in rural Nevada. It was to plant trees. Well, last week we just got another $500,000 on a grant to plant trees down around Las Vegas. I didn't realize this was the green economy that they were talking about, was just planting trees. And get this, $30,000 of the $500,000 grant is to educate Spanish-speaking people on how to plant trees. Spanish-speaking people on how to plant trees. Come to Southern Nevada and you'll see that there are plenty of Spanish-speaking people already planting trees.
Senator, we watched Vice President Joe Biden earlier today talking about how well the stimulus plan is working at the quarterly report. Do you agree it's working?
Well, my state, there's 14% unemployment rate. The place where it's working is Washington, D.C. Is over 100,000 jobs have been created in federal government jobs here in Washington, D.C. But back in my home state, we've lost 135,000 jobs. 14% unemployment rate and record unemployment long-term in the United States. Almost 7 million people long-term unemployed in the United States. People are so frustrated that they've given up looking for jobs. So I don't think that you can tell those people who are out of work right now in the United States and in my state of Nevada that the stimulus bill is working. You have to, as you said, the government did create a few government jobs, and it maybe saved a few government jobs, but those were temporary. But every time government spends a dollar, it takes a dollar out of the private sector. And it's the private sector that's going to have the economic recovery that we need, that's permanent, and that will help people get off unemployment and start paying taxes, which will actually help the deficit. And creating government jobs doesn't do that.
And Senator, I went to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, their website, the government website, your website, and it shows that an average teacher's paid about $51,000, an average construction labor around $33,000. So at 262 grand, it seems excessive. Let me switch the topic a little bit on you, sir. Mr. Reid today is reported talking about undocumented aliens in the state of Nevada. He said, no, not in my state, not in our state in Nevada. Do you care to comment on that comment?
Well, all I can tell you is I've talked to a lot of construction companies, construction people who own the companies, and while they try, and I think they try their best to make sure that they're not hiring undocumented workers, it's so easy to forge documents, and they're not allowed because of civil discrimination lawsuits. They're not allowed to question those documents. So it's very easy to have somebody who's undocumented working for you. And in talking to the construction industry in my state, they think there's a lot of undocumenteds who are working in our state. And I will also say this, that we need a national employment verification system similar to E-Verify. That's something the Democrats, I don't know why they don't want to reauthorize the program. It's worked very effectively for the federal government, but we need the private sector to be able to have an easy E-Verify program so we aren't having undocumented workers in my state or any other state. That people, employers who are hiring people here that are here illegally, they can be prosecuted under the law. But unless you have a good electronic system that is easy for employers to use, it's very difficult to enforce those laws.
And Senator, just for record, we looked in the Pew Research report shows that Nevada, in fact, has 12.2% of its workforce as undocumented, the highest in the nation. Second would be California at 9.9%, Arizona at 9.8%, and that's as of 2008. So I'm not sure where Senator Reid gets off saying, hey, not in our state, we don't have that problem.
Well, I think Senator Reid's trying to give credit to the employers there that they do try. I know in the hotel business, for instance, you have these I-9 forms and other forms of documentation, but frankly, they're so easy to forge. You can buy them on the internet nowadays, and employers are not allowed to question those. So from an employer standpoint, they look like they're hiring people who are here legally, but in fact, a lot of those folks are not here legally.
Hey, Senator, thank you very much. Senator John Ensign from Nevada, thank you so much.
Thank you.